sound. Sound good together, huh?
On KNR. We are extraterrestrial. We are KNR.
We're extraterrestrial, and we are most definitely Keith and Yesu Radio. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. At exactly 41 minutes after 2 o'clock, it is exactly 18 and a half minutes till we take it to the top of the hour. Ngomvulo izinsukwini. It is officially day 1 of 5 kule veki ke siqalayo. Veki sithathu yakle nyanga sikuye uSeptember kwakunye ke andifuna ungayithethi uba ngabe ke noko azikabikho izikhalazo ndikhe ndaxoba nam even on social media ngoba ke ngeli xesha ndayiqonda abantu abaninzi sube noko besithi uba ngaba ke iphela nini le nyanga. So it means uba ngabe ke there's some positivity within this month. Siqale kakuhle and ndiyathemba uba ngabe ke sizayivala kakuhle xa siyivala le nyanga. Kodwa ke talk about uvala izinto esesizayivala yethu inkqubo ke thina now at 3 o'clock kodwa sizawunikela kuLuthando Mnandi izawuthi ke yena let's drive between 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I see sinawo ke namandwendwe uSodu khona ke nayo all the way from the Western Cape. I see you sending us some love. I see you sending us some love. Thank you man so much Sodu for actually being with us today. Not sure uba ngabe ke you've got any news updates for us with regarding what is happening kwelo cala lakho Sodu, but if you do ndicela nje undibhalele kweli cala le comments. Kwakunye ke neGqebherha is in the house andiswa ke naye ke ukhona. Thank you. I see you. I see the love man to everyone who is here. But something I just thought that I should definitely share with Abantu, especially with what is happening in terms of that I have been trending in South Africa and so forth, as well as what is happening even internationally. But kodwa ke sinesikhumbuzo ke namhlanje being the 12th of September kuthiwa ke uSteve Biko, we do know bangaba ke ngalo lusuku back in 1977 kwenzeka ntoni na. But just a quick bio and just a quick reminder, kuthiwa ke uBantu Stephen Biko, born on the 18th of December 1946 to the 12th of September 1977, was a South African anti-apartheid activist, ideologically an African nationalist as well as an African socialist. He was at the forefront of a grassroots anti-apartheid campaign known as the Black Consciousness Movement, of which we know what it was all about. This happened during the late 1960s as well as 1970s, and his ideas were articulated in a series of articles which were published under Indokutang Frank Talks. And if you know City Frank Talks, sinala feature yetu yangu lesibini hapo sitigena at Frank Talks, which actually talks about anything and everything by la platform whereby we give you space to voice out his interests. So I definitely love what is happening in terms of actually getting these ideas. But one of the things I definitely have to say, I was even mentioning a bit earlier on, if you actually go and do a bit of research and you ask questions about Steve Biko, there's one thing I even noticed, what did he change? What changed? In fact, how did he change the world? And one of Impendulezi Velile was that he was a South African activist who actually pioneered the philosophy of Black consciousness in the late 1960s. He also founded the South African Students Organization, ISASO, in 1968 in an effort to represent the interests of Black students. That he actually wrote, but my personal favorite definitely has to be I Write What I Like, and I think abantu abaninzi nabo they definitely have to go with that one. I definitely have to fall with that one. But just to remind just to date back into history. And like I always say, Tinage Bopiwe, born after a certain period of time, especially after apartheid, we are so lucky because there's history which actually gives us in terms of these pictures, these articles that actually have been stored that we're able to look at and to find out because I know even the generation that is to come now Steve Biko, they actually don't even know the history behind each and everything. When there's a Black consciousness, you find that they don't know about this. Being the born free that I am, I definitely have to say that I'm very privileged to actually have learned history in terms of finding out why did he pass away, Steve Biko, what happened, and going to depth with Izonke Ezozinto. So definitely my check-in for today has to be about going into the history of Steve Biko and even looking at some of the quotes, even for some of the sayings that he used to say, of which I do know we definitely relate to them from time to time. But like I said, Ben, I was just sharing with personally how I feel about Olusuku. Looking at time, it is exactly 45 minutes after 2 o'clock, and we are looking at 14 and a half minutes till we take it to the top. Noko ke sesondela kulantsimbi yesithathu apho uzawungena khona uLuthando Mnandi.
We speak to your heart and we sing to your soul.
Sound good together, huh?
On Keith and Gessie Radio.
Love us. On Facebook, we are Keith and Gessie Radio. Tena, anytime, anywhere.
All right. And also I see Betuna Snodwe, Betuna, Zamangomo, Utike, hi girlfriend. Hello. Saitadi Inejo Zengai, Saitadi Inejo Zengai. Thank you so much, man, for joining me. Thank you. And I'm looking at profile picture, Saitandi, Nati, Katuselwan, Kosho, but I can definitely see that it's something nice. But thank you, man, so much, Zamangomo, for joining us at this moment. Korake, say Kuzanyanzele, Kubanga again, Dinishia, and to most definitely make sure that I pave way for the following show that is going to be coming through. And also, I definitely have to mention to just quickly hint nudge. We're going to be doing radio recording with a bit of a twist. Ngolwesithathu sinala feature yethu idibanisa nemali siba nala financial advisor yethu from time to time that usually comes. Well, this Wednesday we are going to be having a guest who is actually going to be pushing us into i-careers zethu. Maybe you're within the career mhlawumbe ucinga uba ikufanele kanti you find that a couple of years down the line it's not exactly where you want to be. Well, guess what? We've got somebody who's going to be coming in. Sine-career coaches abikhona ke ngolwesithathu. Kodwa ke more details will be coming in and I'll be letting you know tomorrow bangabe ke kuzabe kusenzeka ntoni. But bendifuna nje ukunivisa uba ngandinixelele uba what's going to be happening Wednesday wethu uzawutshintsha nje kancinci. Also, I see no awonke naye ke ukhona uThobo ke naye uhleli nathi at this moment kwakunye ke nobhuti Mzolanga naye ke ndimthethe. Thank you man to everyone for being with us today. As much as Inivulo ke is not one of my favorite days. Number one, Mondays are just always long for me, but noko olula namhlanje besithe chu kwele cala ke le invasion. But nonetheless, man, stay tuned ningalibali kusasa to join Ulaza Mamfena on the social crossover from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Uzabe nithe chu. Straight after that, the MOT, the moment of truth, will be coming in with Ulungelo True Sense. Tinithanda kakhulu, Masdibane thina. Ngomso.